then that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Watson. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Caleb Farley. And the Bears are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
And they'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Here's Watson. Looking deep for Adams. And my goodness, another interception. Dante Jackson picks it. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot.
Touchdown, Chicago! And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Man open, here is Crowder. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Watson now to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And now here is another interception. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Bears are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is...
Well, Lance throws the interception, his third.
Picked up by D.J. Reed.
And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game.
And the Bears are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth-quarter lead.
Extra point by Gain is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's got a man, complete. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, 75 yards.
And the Packers are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis. He's got a man, complete, touchdown.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback.
Watson on first down.
And that'll be caught by Tony.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. On first down, Watson. And now here's another interception.
And the Bears are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
And Lance will try again on second down.
He's going to try and go deep again. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Bears! Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Bears add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the fourth.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this one is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Shotgun now for Lance. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. The Lance going to throw.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, Charles, just impressive in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, special teams have really done their job. And here the offense doing its part yet again with another score in the fourth quarter.
I know it seems like something we shouldn't do because the scoreboard does tell it all. But let's set it aside for a moment. This game was absolutely memorable with how they played it. Really terrific effort, really well executed. Congratulations to them.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds. They've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys already start to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Now Lance.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And Lance's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. On 1st down, Lance.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
And the Packers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Gibson again.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Rolling to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. Loss of 7 to bring it forward. One last throw here for Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears.